The reason why you're rushing is because you're caught up. You're caught up in a system that is artificial, it's manufactured, it's inorganic. Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you the tea on how to really slow down, like the real secret on how to slow down, how to let go of the rush as a woman, because this is the most requested topic. I get messages from you every single week asking, how can I slow down? I need help slowing down. I just wanna get rid of it. I'm gonna give you the tea, okay? And you know what? I'm practicing what I preach today. I didn't rush myself to get all glammed up for this video. TBH, I'm a little bit tired because I've been getting back into my fitness routine. I went to my first pole class in almost 2 years last night. I've been at the gym. I've been taking my steps. I just took a little vacation to the Smokies this weekend. So I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired, I'm a little sore, but I wanted to make this video. This is really on my spirit to make this video today, so let's do it. Let's jump in. Let's be authentic. What I'm gonna tell you is that the reason that you're rushing, the reason why it's so hard for you to slow down is because you're caught up, okay? You're caught up in the matrix. And I am so serious when I say this. A lot of the rushing energy that you are experiencing is artificial. It's manufactured. And when you are caught up, when you are still in the matrix, so to speak, you can't see the forest from the trees. And this is no judgment, okay? I was there too. I was really caught up. It took me a while to decondition, deprogram my mind, and really see things for what they are. And I've gone over this before. There's another video that I made. I'll link it in the description box below, where I go into some of the history and the sociological concepts that contribute to this rushing energy that we're all in. And you really have to take a bird's eye view and zoom out so you can see what's actually going on and start to, like I said, deprogram, decondition. I had to go through my own deprogramming and deconditioning to get to the point where I am now. And that started years ago. Years ago. That's when I started to see things for on a larger scale for how they truly are. And I started to understand that I am just a person who happened to be born in a particular time. Okay? I just happened to be born in a particular time, in a particular year, in a particular decade, in a particular country. I did not choose any of this. I did not make up any of these systems. And so when I say you're caught up in the matrix, what I mean is because you were born in a particular time and in a particular place, and those are the standards and the expectations that exist in that society or in that culture, you're starting to identify with them. You're starting to internalize them. And you think that that's just the way it is. Why? No, that's just the way they want it to be, but that's not the way that it is in general. Right? I didn't come up with this system of everybody has to work 9 to 5, work 40, 50 hours a week, mostly sedentary, has little time for exercise or outdoor time or to prepare healthy meals. You know what I mean? Always feel like you're running out of time. I didn't come up with that. I didn't come up with that. And when you really look at it from a place of detachment, because that's what I'm saying to you, the real secret of slowing down is you have to detach. This is a system that exists. It's not you. This is a system that exists. It's not you. And in this system, there is an artificial reality. Okay? An artificial reality that exists before we even go online. Now we're adding the digital component, the technological component, we're in the age of artificial intelligence where everything is, we expect everything to be done so quickly. And so we're taking those timelines and we're putting it on ourselves. But we're not technology, we're not machines, we're organic beings. So your inability to detach from the system and see yourself as an organic being who happens to live in the system is what's keeping you caught up. You're living in this world that's like this, right? It's chaotic, it's rushed, it's high pressure. And because you haven't separated yourself from it, you're in it 100%. And you think that that's just, again, you're internalizing it. You're operating from those rules, from those standards, instead of removing yourself, detaching yourself from it, recognizing, looking at it. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this demonstration going. Instead of being able to detach, pull yourself back, look at it from the outside and go, wow, okay. They have set it up in a way where they want everybody to feel stressed. They want everybody to feel rushed. They want everybody to, be obsessed with time. We're running out of time. And again, I explained that in the video that I've linked down below, like our shift in our perception of time, starting with the Industrial Revolution and how we went from a more fluid, rhythmic understanding of time to periods and hours and minutes down to the second. Right? So that is influencing all of us when we are born in those time periods. It's influencing us. And if you can take a step back and look at it, then you can say, oh, okay, that's not really me. That's not really me. It just happens to be the culture, the system, the whatever that I was born into, right? You haven't removed yourself from it, which is why you're continuing to rush. You can't see it for what it is, which is manufactured and artificial. The only rushing that really, really, really needs to happen is in an emergency. Okay, and I heard another woman speak about this on a podcast. I don't remember which one it was, so I can't reference it. But she said, obviously, if your kid is running out into the street, you're not gonna, I'm not going to rush. Please, rush in those moments. You know the moments. Your discernment is going to kick in. The issue is that this system, this world, and a lot of times, speaking as a former public education teacher, I recognize that there's been a lot of conditioning of children to feel this pressure, to feel this rush. You only have so much time to complete this test. You've got to get your assignment done by whatever date. You only have 5 minutes left in the class, right? You've got to get through this. You got to get to the next thing at work. Because the company wants certain profits, right? It's pressuring all of its employees to turn things around faster, to do it with higher productivity, with cheaper labor. Like that is a system that benefits business models, not humans. So the sense of urgency is false, meaning the sense of urgency is for the profit and loss sheet, not for you. Not for you as an individual, right? But we're internalizing it because we grow up in it, we work in it, we live in it. So you will forever be caught up in it until you learn to detach. Like, yes, there's exercises we can do, there's breathing, that's in my curriculum. I have all of that. That's what I do with my clients. Like, yes, there's all of that. But until we start from a group understanding that this world has like an artificial, manufactured sense of urgency to it, and that our goal is to disconnect ourselves from it, then it's never going to last. It's never going to last. You have to deprogram. You have to deprogram. You have to decondition. And that takes a very real and a very frank conversation. Like, I'm looking at you through the camera. I'm looking you directly in the eyes. And I'm telling you, you have to deprogram. That is the secret. That is the, how can the messages that I get every single week, you have to deprogram. That's why it's not working for you, because you haven't deprogrammed yet. And that is a process. It is a process of unlearning, of releasing the old conditioning, and at times becoming a little bit disillusioned. Like, you know, your eyes are open and you start to see things for what they really are. So in She's So Magnetic, that's the very first lesson. I take you through how to let the rush go. And if we're letting go of this and detaching from this, like what do we replace it with? That's in the course. Okay, that's in the course. I need to honor my students and everybody who's done that work. So where do we go instead? Where do we anchor ourselves instead? That's in the course, okay? But yeah, the reason why you're rushing is because you're caught up. You're caught up in a system that is artificial, it's manufactured, it's inorganic. It's inorganic. It's designed to maximize productivity, to maximize profit, to squeeze the most out of every second, every minute, every hour of every day. And unfortunately, you've internalized it. You've internalized it up until this point. Now you've seen the video. Now you can start to pull on the thread, unravel the sweater, you know, let things be revealed and be like, oh, okay. Okay, so I can exist in this, but I don't have to become it. Because, you know, that's the reality that we face. The goal is for you to exist in it without becoming it anymore, so that you are setting the tone for your energy. As a woman, as a leader, as a matriarch in your life, whatever that means for you, whatever that means for you professionally, whatever that means for you personally, that you have that source of power within, that now you are setting the tone so you can go in and out of these environments with your center intact, right? So you are not, you don't feel pressure to join in the artificial false sense of urgency. You reserve that energy for emergencies only. Now, I'll tell you on a personal level, one thing that really helped me separate myself from all of this, it was in 2017. I was working for a school that was like ultra high pressure. We were told that the kids should always move with a sense of purpose. These are children, right? They should be hustling like around the classroom. So if they get up to sharpen a pencil, they should be like hustling back to their seat. So talk about extreme conditioning in early childhood, the false sense of urgency, right? So I was working in that school system, and me personally, I didn't agree with it. There was also a lot of pressure on me to produce things that I literally physically did not have time to complete. So the rushing wasn't only for the children, but it was for the teachers who worked there as well. So it was a lot. That summer, I went back to Slovenia. I've shared this with you before. My mother's Slovenian, and I had been to Europe as a child. We lived in Europe when I was much younger. You know, we traveled over there. We have family, friends all around. But I hadn't been back to Slovenia as an adult. And so when I went in 2017, it shifted something for me. Being over there where it was so relaxed, where it was so healthy, where you didn't feel this frenzied, hurried energy, and being in the nature over there allowed me to recalibrate. When I came back, I was in a totally different energy, a totally different embodiment, and everybody could feel it. Everybody could sense it. Like my friends were saying, there's something different about you. I had this sense of power within that I was able to reconnect to while I was in Slovenia. And then when I brought it back, everything started to shift for me. So I finally left that school where I was, and I went in the complete opposite direction. I went over to Waldorf, where I always wanted to work. And that place taught me even more about the power of slowing down and embracing natural rhythms. And so it made me a better teacher. And that's really where my dance career started to take off to another level. Of course, I was successful before then, but around 2017, 2018 is when I started to shift into a place of power in my business. Not just being a great dancer and that sort of thing, but like as a brand and as a business, I started to go to a different level. And it was all because I had this center. I had this center and I had this connection to something more powerful than any of this could have ever been, right? I finally completely detached. And then I was able to exist in a more powerful way in those environments, right? And it just amplified me as a person. I was so much more certain about slowing down being the right choice for me. In my professional work, in my dancing, and everything else. As a result, I let go of all of that performing, all of that chasing, all of that auditioning type of energy, and my magnetism really started to come through. So obviously when I share these things with you, I'm not saying that I am the perfect example of how to be magnetic as a woman. I've experienced these things for myself. I've shared these lessons with my clients, and I am just part of the example, okay? And the other thing is, this wasn't an overnight process, right? I went through cycles, I went through stages of evolution to where I am now. So my testimony is just that. And that is also why I'm hosting my next retreat in Slovenia. I want to take you to the source of so much transformation for me personally, and I want to take you to an environment where you're not in this energy, where you have a chance to reconnect to that calmness within, to the beauty of nature, just like I did. There's specific lessons that I downloaded while being in Slovenia that I want to share with you. So obviously this is the ultimate in-person and immersive experience that I can offer, is to take you back to those exact same places, to take you back to the source and share those lessons with you while we're in the environment together. So if you really want to plant these seeds and experience the transformation for yourself, come to Slovenia with me next year. I'll put that information in the link below as well. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload, and I will see you in the next one.